The past 24 hours have been packed with new information on Super Mario Party Jamboree, as previews for the game have been dropping. All previews seem to have followed a pretty similar experience, showcasing the brand new board Mega Wiggler's Tree Party, but as expected, no two experiences are the same. That means different minigames, different character combinations, and lots of different inboard gameplay, just making each preview quite unique. The previews also gave us a good look at the Koopathalon mode and also the Bowser Kaboom Squad. After watching hours of gameplay footage, even in different languages, and searching through Nintendo's marketing material, I've gathered plenty of new details that we haven't seen before, and I wanted to share everything new in one place. Last week, I covered all the new information from the Japanese website, and this video is essentially a sequel to that. I will be skipping all the minigames here, as I do have a separate video on all of them coming later this week. Before we do get started, just be aware that I am giving away a copy of Super Mario Party Jamboree when the game launches. Just simply be subscribed and you'll be in the running for it. Rightio, let's get into the content. First off, before we even head to the board gameplay, we got a proper look at the character selection screen, and it turns out my theory about Ninja and Pauline being unlockable was actually correct. That said, this does seem to confirm that the on-screen roster is the final lineup. So, unfortunately, there will be no Dry Bones, Blooper, or other returning characters from past Mario Party games. While some people might find that disappointing, we do still have 22 great characters to choose from, which isn't quite the same level of cards we saw in Superstars. There was also some other footage that surfaced online, which actually shows the board mode options prior to starting the game. Unfortunately, it is in Spanish, but we can make some estimated guesses. We can see that it does include a turn count, which, according to the IGN preview, the max amount of turns is again 30, just like we saw in Superstars. There's also a bonus star option, battle options, and control options. The more customization, the better. We then also get to see the animation for entering Mega Wiggler's Tree Party, and it's really smooth. The transition with the hot air balloon flying in is flawless, and right away, the energy from the music is top notch. We get to see the players rolling to who goes first, and it looks like if you are using Joy-Cons, you can simply punch the air to hit the dice block, kinda like Super Mario Party. My initial impression of Super Mario Party Jamboree was just how vibrant and energetic it just feels. Everything looks like it flows seamlessly, from the expressive characters to the lively animations, to just the ducks casually swimming around. The boards just look super expansive and open, with plenty of background activities where characters are just going about their daily lives, really adding to that world. The menus look extremely sharp, the transitions look incredibly smooth, and the pacing honestly seems spot on. Characters quickly move across the board, and it appears they slow down as they reach their final spaces, just making the game feel even more faster and super responsive compared to other titles. The game also pulls from various Mario Party titles, even Mario Party DS, just adding a whole lot of variety, yet still feeling really innovative. You can really feel the care that Nintendo Cube has put into this game. There's a real strong focus on making the world and characters feel more alive, and that new 3D camera really enhances that. A great example is the HUD for player stats, which just smoothly moves along the bottom of the screen, with the active player or current event highlighted on the left side. I also like when you're about to play a minigame, you get to see how many coins are going to be up for stake. It's just a nice touch. The music also seems to have gotten a big upgrade as well. From the previews, the theme for Mega Wiggler's Tree Party is already super catchy, but like the new camera, the dynamic soundtrack really takes the cake for me. When you pass by the sleeping Mega Wiggler, the music starts to soften, kind of like a lullaby. When you enter a shop, the music also changes. The Koopa shop has more of a calming tune, while Kamek's shop has more of an aggressive vibe, really fitting for those two characters. Even when you reach the star, a nice celebration melody sort of blends into the main track. Mega Wiggler's Tree Party honestly just feels like it can be traversed with ease, and seeing the Wiggler Bell in play was also awesome. On the topic of music, it was even pointed out to me in the Swift Cafe Discord that each character legit gets their own intro jingle theme. That is a super touch, mind the pun. There are also a lot of new voice lines this time around too. The voices for the Mario and Wario brothers are now voiced by Kevin Afghani. It also seems that Giselle Fernandez is This also back is Daisy. My fellow friend and content creator Mario Kart Gamer Dude actually pointed this out to me in my Discord server, so I really appreciate that. Stickers are also back, and they look fantastic. They were a lot more cleaner this time around as well, and there appears to be so many new ones. It also doesn't seem like it's as obnoxious as Superstars as well. They're slightly smaller, but they still have a really cool effect. There were a lot more specific details about the board play I do want to just churn through, so let's go ahead and power through them. First off, Yellow Toad is officially the host of the game, but it does seem like he's gone with a tap and pay system since there's no Yellow Toad at the star space. Damn. Red Koopa Trooper also does make a return, and he greets you when you do complete a lap and reach the starting point. Pretty similar to Mario Party Superstars. You'll just get your 10 coins just like the good old days. Unfortunately, the shops do appear rather static, kind of like Mario Party Superstars, which is a bit of a disappointment considering how many items there are in this game. However, as mentioned, every board now also has 2 different shops, one run by Koopa and the other by Kamek. It does seem that bonus coin minigames are back from Superstars, but they do seem completely random rather than just happening every 5 turns. This does concern me a bit, as they tended to flood the game with too many coins in past Mario Party titles. I'll come back to the economy a little later on. There should be no surprise here. The hidden blocks are back, and now they can even appear on red spaces. As for spaces, hexes can also be placed on anything, including lucky and even event spaces, although it is unclear if you can put one on the Bowser space yet. That'd be a pretty damn unlucky space. We also got official confirmation of Boo being in the game. There was also one funny interaction that I saw on Reddit which showed Boo visiting a Boo, and the Boo who steals the coins commented, "It's like looking in a mirror." I thought that was a pretty nice touch. I do like how the Boo spaces all look different depending on the board, and in Mega Wiggler's Tree Party, you can find Boo in a cavern. Very fitting. Chance Time is officially back as well, and we get to see some gameplay of it too. The good thing is, the stakes are still extremely high. Speaking of high, it's also set up in the clouds as well. I like that. As for the final 5 turns, instead of the predicted winner just receiving random items or coins, they now spin a roulette with a bunch of different options to mix things up. My friend Zach Pack actually translated this information, so thanks Zach. We also got to see how duels are in this game too. It's the exact same as it has been in the past Mario Party games. We can only see coins being wagered in this example, but they don't have stars at this point anyway, so maybe you might be able to wage for stars. It also looks like boss minigames are making a return from Mario Party 9 and 10. These are likely the hidden minigames we couldn't see in that big overview of all the minigames, but I guess it might be safe to assume that each board will probably have its own boss. We're still unsure how this is going to be triggered, but we have seen the gigantic Sting Bee boss, which looks pretty cool. I do like this boss battle in particular. It seems to require platforming skills to land hits on its back, with a nice little health bar on the side, pretty similar to Mario Party 9 and 10, which for me was easily the best part of those games. In terms of the items, we also got an in-depth look at some of the items we talked about in my last video. We also discovered a new item being the Plunder chest, which seems to be obtainable from an item bag. It's not really clear on how rare it's going to be though. We also got some official item names. The 3 purple dice are called Super Creep Dice Block, while the singular version is the Creepy Dice Block. The shop item, which warps you to the shop, is called the Shop Hotbox. Very fitting, I'd say. The golden dice are also known as Payday Blocks, which is pretty cool. I also have to touch on the green pipe. I saw from Nintendo Life's video a pretty hilarious scenario that took place. It simply warped a player back a few spaces, and they landed on the exact same piranha plant they just landed on. So they were actually in a worse off scenario. I also saw my friend Connor Condria's video this morning, and I saw that he translated the mushroom ticket item. It seems that it allows you to exchange a coupon for a mushroom that adds 5 to your roll. Pretty cool, I guess. That mirror item also apparently is a warp mirror now. So there you go. Also, speaking speaking of the items, every time someone has landed on an item space, I've only seen the item roulette. Actually, I think it might be when you land on this item minigame type of option on the wheel. I guess we'll have to wait and see. It really does look like that the game is kind of designed just to keep you moving around, with plenty of items to help with that. We also got a lot more information about the allies, and honestly, seeing the new details has really put me more at ease. We already know that allies give you double rewards for winning, whether they're positive or negative, but we've now learned that allies provide more specific advantages based on the character anyway, and it does seem that each ally does come with a unique minigame. Some advantages that I have seen is Mario allowing you to follow his character dice from Super Mario Party, Luigi increasing your chance of rolling higher numbers, Daisy offering half-price items in the shop, and DK teleporting you to a random space. The best part about the new ally system is that they only stick around for 3 turns, and they can also be stolen as well if another player does pass you. We also get to see what happens when you do land on a Bowser space or an unlucky space. When you land on a Bowser space, a not so nice roulette of negative spaces does await you, and you're also greeted by an Impostor Bowser. Some of the bad options for Impostor Bowser include losing 10 or 20 coins, or even getting the Bowser Shuffle. As for the unlucky spaces, we saw that you can max out on something called lodestones. You can lose 3 or also 5 coins, and some other expected outcomes as well, I'm guessing. In terms of the board specific details, I'll be covering those more in my upcoming board analysis videos, but I'll mention a few key points here anyway. In Mega Wiggler's Tree Party, the Piranha Plant events seem to take 5 coins away from anyone who lands on them, and it seems that the amount increases with each new visit, which I absolutely love. The Honey event at the top also allows you to poke beehives for coins. Thanks to a trailer from Nintendo UK, we also got a closer look at Roland Raceway. Notably, there's an event at the very top of the path where a bruiser actually chases you down the road, kinda similar to Sniffer Patrol on Spaceland. That same trailer also showcased a fishing event on Goomba Lagoon, but there wasn't too much more information beyond that. There's even some King Bowser Keep information as well. Impostor Bowser on that board can flip the direction of the center junction, and there's also an event where Bowser picks up a player, likely leading to some negative consequence. But that sums up all the new details on the board gameplay. I don't have too many concerns at this point. The only one that kinda stands out to me is the in-game economy. Based on the gameplay footage, the amount of coins circulating is noticeably different, so it is kinda hard to judge at this point in time. But I would say that the economy does look like it hands out a fair few coins. I also do wish that the shop items were a little bit more expensive. That being said though, the unlucky spaces and also other way to lose coins definitely is a step in the right direction. As mentioned, we did get a lot of footage from the Koopathalon and also Bowser's Kaboom Squad, but to be honest, there wasn't too much that we didn't already know. Moving on to the Koopathalon, we've learned that there is some new power-ups in action. This specifically includes items like the blooper, which squirts inks on opponents' screens and chains that block gameplay unless players mash buttons to break free. There also seems to be plenty of rewards as well, including stars, coins, and a few others too. These seem to be handed out after a Survivathon minigame. The mode does look like a lot of fun, and it appears pretty balanced. If you mess up a minigame, you'll be halted based on how far ahead you are, so there's not too much of a risk of anyone running too far away with the lead. We also know that the big purple Bowser from Kamek's Magic is officially called Impostor Bowser, but everything else we kinda knew from the Japanese website. Moving on, we of course have the Bowser Kaboom Squad mode. This has kinda received a little bit of different responses. Details do remain pretty scarce, but we do know it's designed for a group experience, and the aim is simply to take down Bowser by collecting lots of bombs and just playing cooperative minigames. The mode lasts apparently 15 to 20 minutes, and you'll earn better items based on your performance. Early impressions do suggest that while it is fun, some players would just rather stick to the main game. I honestly do share that same thought process, but I am kind of hopeful that it'll offer enough just to keep me interested for a longer period of time. Even if it ends up being a bit repetitive, it's gonna still be a lot more fun than a few Super Mario Party modes. To essentially conclude though, the footage that we have seen so far makes it extremely clear that Super Mario Party Jamboree is hitting the sweet spot for Mario Party fans. Both the board and minigame gameplay seem to be a huge W for the community. I'm extremely extremely eager to dive into all the details of the minigames, but as I mentioned, I'm in the middle of actually creating a video on that. In fact, these new previews just gave me a whole lot more footage that I was already discussing, and I really love how we got confirmation of unlockable boards now, unlockable characters, achievements, and even party points. It just adds a whole different layer of exciting depth, well for me anyway. This game is honestly just shaping up to be an incredible package, and I'm excited to uncover more as we approach the official release. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about all the previews, and of course if there is anything that I have missed. There's a whole lot to go through. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to check out my other analysis video from Friday. It's honestly packed with a lot more insights that you might not have known. And of course, if you did enjoy this video, it would mean so much to me if you could leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe just to support this channel. I've got a whole lot more Mario Party content planned, both before and even after the game's release, even including gameplay videos. I know, me doing gameplay videos. So stay tuned for my upcoming minigame and board analysis videos, and I'll catch you all in the next video. See ya!